Hi, these comments are for KTH, and I am Michael from OTC, OnlineTOEFLCourse.com, and I'm getting ready actually. I read your writing practice test, your integrated writing practice test. I'm actually going to listen to your speaking also, but let's do the writing first. So I think I have a pretty good idea. I think with the writing, I'm going to put you at the high 3.75 out of 4 out of 5, or 24 points out of 30. All right, let's take a look at the first paragraph. I'm going to get this to but, so you don't have two short sentences there. Finally, the reading mentions that the woman's dress in the portrait was inconsistent, and Rembrandt would not have made, not been. Now, notice how you said would not have made. Right? So you're talking about something in the past, a past kind of impossible condition. He didn't do that. Right? So on the other hand, the lecture refutes that the woman's color was not original after X-ray analysis because someone would have added. So I'm going back to what you did here. I think that creates the right verb tense and tone. Some would have added, we'll put the color over the top of the original portrait. By adding a new color to the original painting, someone wanted to increase the value of the portrait. How about one more voice marker, argues the speaker. It says, secondly, the reading points out that light and shadow did not fit on the portrait, and Rembrandt was a master of painting. I'm going to just put of painting light and shadow. Therefore, Rembrandt would not have made that kind of mistake. In contrast, the lecturer rebuts that the original portrait, I'm going to say had good lighting and shadowing. I think a regular verb works better. Lighting and shadowing, you're using these as objects. So I think that the word have or had is going to work better in introducing these objects, and it looks realistic. However, someone added a color on top of the original portrait. How about this? We need one more voice. In addition, the women in the original painting were simple and light coloring, and it was not a shadow effect on the woman's face in the painting. Say finally, the reading claims that Rembrandt would not. That's your inconsistency with your verbs. Would not have used a glue face panel for his painting, but the back of the painting was made by several pieces of wood glued together. Comparatively, the lecturer opposes the reading statement by describing that the original painting made with a single wood panel, that the original painting was made so passive voice there, right? It was made by someone. Okay, you have, but someone enlarged the portrait by adding extra wood pieces from the same types of trees from different Rembrandt's paintings. I think Rembrandt, it starts off, don't forget the T there, but that's not going to cause you to score lower there. So I think it's a pretty good, I think you have a good piece of writing here. It's organized. I like kind of the sequencing of the reading point 1, listening point 1, then reading point 2, listening point 2, and finally reading 3, listening 3. So there's a good organization to your ideas there. It's easy to understand what's going on, but you did have a few minor word choice and grammatical errors in there, and those are the corrections I made just now. So I think your score here is about 3.75 out of 5, or 24 points out of 30 on this practice test. Okay, let's take a look at your speaking. I think it's integrated speaking here, right? So I have the rubrics, And I'm going to listen to your practice test. Let's listen to the whole thing one time.
In reading, university plans to eliminate the bus services because only the few students use the bus services. It is very expensive to operate. Instead of operating the bus services, university plan to expand the parking lot. However, in conversation, the man totally disagreed with the university plan. He said the university should be concerned about the bus routes. Now the bus services are running around the campus area where it's very expensive for students to live in. If university expand the bus services on the off-campus area where the many students to live in, as a result, many students will use the bus services. In addition, elimination
Good
of the
transition
bus
words.
services lead to the many students will drive their car on campus. As a result, the campus place will be the more noise and the more crowded. University should find out the easier solution for that.
Okay. So I think it's more a delivery issue. You seem to have a good organization to your ideas. So I'm going to say 2.3 or 2.5 to 3. I'm going to say maybe 17 points out of 30 on this practice test. So let's listen to it one more time.
In reading, university plans to eliminate the bus services because only the few students use the bus services.
I would say only a few students, not only the few. So only a few means some students, not
It is
many.
very expensive to operate. Instead of operating the bus services, university plan to expand the parking lot. However, in conversation, the man totally disagreed with the university plan. He said the university
Okay, how about he disagrees with the plan for 2 reasons or 3 reasons? That might make it a little bit easier to organize this part of your response so you can kind of show how all the reasons connect back to his opposition.
should be concerned about the bus routes. Now the bus services are running around the campus area where it's very expensive for students to live in. If university expand the bus services on the off-campus area where the many students to live in, as a result, many students will
Yeah, you're using a lot of good transition words in here. You're doing a good job on that.
use the bus services. In addition, elimination of the bus services lead to the many students
So, elimination of the bus stop, according to the man, will lead to blah, blah, blah.
will drive their car on campus. As a result, the campus place will be the more noise and the more crowded. University should find out the easier solution for that. In reading, university
Okay? So I think that my score is pretty accurate. I'm going to say 17 points out of 30. It's mostly delivery. It's just simply a little bit difficult to understand what you're saying. So you got to work on your overall intelligibility as you go through the lessons and the vowel and consonant sounds in my online TOEFL course. That's a great start for you right now. So my score I think is pretty valid. I'm going to say 17 to 18 points out of 30 on this practice test.